Coming up, a vision for the Military Highway Corridor, a revival of culture and businesses on Granby, and neighbors meet en masse at City Hall on a Saturday. Find out why and much more from across the Mermaid City starting right now. Welcome to the October edition of Norfolk News Now. I'm Karen Parker Chesson with the Norfolk Police Department. Thanks for joining us. The Urban Land Institute is helping the city assess the Military Highway Corridor. Representatives from the Hampton Roads District Council of the ULI recently toured the area from I-264 to Virginia Beach Boulevard. They are tasked with making recommendations to help revitalize the area, from attracting new retail to revamping existing structures and improving streetscapes.
We wanted to reduce asphalt. I mean, your first impression when you go through this section of the city is failure first, because people are not parking in the parking lots. Huge seas of asphalt and huge seas of asphalt in the roadway.
We're hoping that the property owners can come together with the city and develop a similar architectural style. Right now, in addition to the asphalt, that's the first thing you notice when you drive through the corridor, you also notice a very different type of style among the buildings as well as colors. Again, nothing is consistent within the corridor.
The goal is to develop short and long-term plans to help make the area more attractive to shoppers and businesses. It hardly seems possible, but the holiday shopping season is fast approaching, and that's what made counterfeit currency a timely topic for the quarterly meeting of Norfolk's Business Watch Group. Business Watch is a community crime prevention and awareness effort based on the concept of Neighborhood Watch. Businesses partner with Norfolk Police Department to improve the flow of information about crime trends in their particular part of the city. In addition to the presentation about counterfeit money, Police Chief Goldsmith addressed the group.
The ability for us to network with the business community, which is vital to the economic well-being of the city, is a big thing for us. And we want to make sure that you understand that we are very supportive of what you do, very supportive of trying to help you all be safer in the way that you run your businesses, and to make sure that you understand that the police department will remain a resource for all of you.
How would you like to sip a cup of coffee for free just for recycling those bottles and cans? Norfolk residents will get that chance and more with new Recycling Perks. Recycling Perks is an online incentive and rewards program which strives to motivate household recycling efforts to reduce waste, promote local businesses, and offer great savings to residents. Residents who register for the program and recycle regularly can receive up to $300 in savings per year to shop for discounts at businesses in Norfolk and Hampton Roads. Beginning this month, crews will install a barcode on recycling carts, but they need to know which card is yours. So please mark your house number on the card as soon as you can. Once your card is tagged, TFC recycling crews will scan the card and award points automatically to residents who have registered for Recycling Perks. The new barcode technology allows also supervisors to monitor collection routes in real time and catch any missed customers, improving efficiencies and customer service. To sign up for Recycling Perks, go to norfolktrash.com. Planning the future of Granby Street was part of a first-of-its-kind street festival where more than 7,500 people flocked to create the street's rebirth of a strong small business climate of culture at the area's biggest block party. The Triple N's John Linka takes us into the action.
The half-mile stretch of Granby Street from Maine to Charlotte is usually full of traffic. That very same stretch of Granby Street recently had a different type of traffic: foot traffic. For 3 hours on a Friday night, Granby Street was closed to cars and trucks, but open to people for the first ever Granby Street experience put on by the City of Norfolk, called Meet, Greet, and Imagine.
I love it. I mean, it really gives the city a lot of character. It's something that you can advertise, and I think it's wonderful.
I think it's cool that the city would do that. Just have fun and then close off a major road.
It was a street festival giving folks the chance to put on their walking shoes and their dancing shoes and simply
come together right now.
to experience Granby Street up close.
Granby Street is open for business. It's a vibrant, business-friendly atmosphere here, right in the heart of a very comfortable urban district.
The Granby Street experience was divided up into 3 sections. Charlotte Street to Freemason Street was the military section, where, for example, local veterans could get ID cards made. Military veterans were also on hand to help vets start a new business or find a job. Freemason to City Hall Avenue was reserved for arts and cultural activities, including local musicians and artists like the Governor's School for the Arts Choir and Orchestra. Folks got the chance to chalk up some thought and good times on Granby Street, literally. And they even got to do their best Michelangelo impersonation on a city sheriff car. There was even a glass-blowing demonstration by the Chrysler Museum's glass studio. City Hall to Main Street was all about technology, with examples of Norfolk's innovative minds and their toys, like this remote-controlled hammock on wheels. And if anyone had thoughts of adding a new business to the many that are already on Granby Street, more than 30 available properties were on display with open houses and property tours.
Granby Street is becoming the preferred location for entrepreneurs to start up their businesses. And it's a great location. We have a great atmosphere. This building right here is known as the Old Monroe Building, is being renovated by the city together with the other school districts in Hampton Roads for a new home for the Governor's School for the Arts. Well, with all 350 so of them all working together, right here we expect a lot of energy on Granby Street. Granby Street is gaining a new resident. Instead of a web agency, they have purchased the old Sevens building. And they're turning this building, they're going to take the top 2 floors. They're a website design and marketing firm, and they're going to move 11 or 12 very smart young folks right here to grow the critical mass into the Sevens building. And Steve told me they are also then going to lease the bottom 2 floors for retail.
All of the activity was bound to make anyone hungry, and you didn't have to go far to find some tasty eats and treats from countless restaurants, eateries, and street vendors. All put on by the City of Norfolk to help you enjoy and experience Granby Street.
Try all of column B.
And by the looks of the masses of folks who came out, the event was a smashing success.
I'm really impressed with it. I was looking for something to do on a Friday night and heard it on the news, and I was like, wow, I'll come out.
We like being able to get out in the community and walk around and seeing people we know.
Meeting old friends, greeting new ones, and imagining the potential of Granby Street and the City of Norfolk, even outdoing the expectations of Mayor Paul Frame and everyone in the Mermaid City. For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Lincoln.
Well, you asked and your city listened. This month, Automated Lanes debuted at 9 parking garages in the city. The Automated Lanes allow users to pay on exit using a credit card. That's a request the city has been hearing from garage users, especially those exiting the garages in the evening. The city launched the program in mid-September, but kept staff close by to help users as they adjusted to the new system. Parking rates don't change, but users now get a ticket on entry and then pay on exit. During special events, staff will still attend all lanes to make sure things run smoothly. The garages featuring the new Automated Lanes are City Hall South, Commercial Place, Main Street, Waterside, Town Point, West Plume, Bush Street, Freemason Street, and York Street. MacArthur Mall Center is slated for automation in the near future. For complete details on Norfolk's parking program, visit them online at norfolk.gov/parking. Norfolk's Juvenile Detention Center recently received 3-year certification from the Virginia Department of Juvenile Justice. The August review found the Norfolk facility in full compliance with requirements. The certification came after the center fixed several maintenance issues that were discovered during a state audit. In addition to the facility itself, Virginia Department of Juvenile Justice inspectors reviewed medical files, room confinement forms, and post-dispositional files to ensure they met state standards. Residents from all over Norfolk came together at City Hall last month for the first ever Front Porch Summit, part of the Neighbors Building Neighborhoods initiative.
We want every neighborhood in Norfolk to be safe. We want it to be a happy place. We want it to be a good, clean environment, and we want you to feel great about coming home to Norfolk.
The Front Porch Summit is a festive way for businesses, residents, and others to come together to exchange ideas, talk about services, and enjoy good conversation and a good time.
It was born in the heads of a few people that, okay, we'll open up council chambers, we'll have some speakers, we'll have people come by, we'll tell the wisdom of the world in Norfolk and how to do things, and we'll have some workshops. And as it moved through the process, we realized as we were working in the community and talking to you all, we figured, hey, wait a minute. The people who really know what's going on, what really needs to happen, the people who own the vision of where you want to be in the next 25, 30 years or tomorrow, are you all.
Participants enjoyed entertainment, door prizes, and even got to witness the unveiling of Norfolk's newest mermaid. The Front Porch Summit showcased the great things being done to build vigorous crime-free communities, to share information, and to be recognized for neighborhood accomplishments. The event was attended by well over 100 people, and after the formal ceremony, attendees were able to visit tables manned by a variety of exhibitors, including representatives from civic leagues, community-focused businesses, Norfolk City departments, and nonprofit organizations. Also on hand were youth dancers and singers from the Addicts Theater, as well as a face painter and a clown. Neighbors Building Neighborhoods is a City of Norfolk revitalization effort that focuses on residents as the most valuable asset in a community. This idea certainly was evident at the summit.
Right now in the market, a lot of the communities want to know what's happening in their neighborhoods through the foreclosures, through the short sales. And it's very important that the neighbors understand that if a house foreclosed in their neighborhood, it does impact their property values.
One of the featured events at the first Front Porch Summit was the 2012 Cool Awards. Cool stands for Civic Opportunity and Outstanding Leadership. Winners were selected in 5 categories.
This award recipient was chosen from the first round of Block by Block Neighborhood Improvement Grant Program, and the winner is...
Out of Super Award 7.
Yeah. Oh, now wait a minute.
Valentine.
The Best Block by Block Grant Project Award went to Valentine Civic League. The Best Small Neighborhood Business Award was presented to Bayview Realty. And the winner of the Best Youth Participation Award was Tidewater Connection Incorporated. The winner in the Best Overall Neighborhood category was Valentine. The award program was established in 2010 to recognize civic leagues that are improving their neighborhoods through grassroots efforts. Criteria for the award include residents working together as volunteers to improve the community, encouraging individual and community responsibility for the neighborhood, increasing awareness of the importance of enhancing the quality of life in Norfolk. When we come back, striding into fitness with Kid in Tow, plus how to get money back for winterizing your casa, and a behind-the-scenes look at one of Norfolk's historic treasures.
Why not?
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hello.
Chrissy, hey.
Hey, Alex.
How are you?
Alex? Alex? Oh. Hello. I'm Mrs. Garcia. We've heard a lot about you. He is cute. Stop.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
Welcome back to the Triple N. A Healthy Norfolk is among the 5 major initiatives City Manager Marcus Jones has for the Mermaid City. The goal is to help residents achieve an excellent quality of life by promoting and supporting safe, healthy, and active living. The Triple N's John Linka found a group of Norfolk women who are taking that initiative in stride.
Nice job, ladies. Good job, runners.
This is not your typical stroll through the neighborhood for these Norfolk moms and their babies.
Keep it strong, ladies. Up, up, down, down.
It's called Stroller Strides.
No downtime, ladies. Stroller Strides is an exercise program that moms do with kids in the strollers.
The Norfolk chapter of the National Stroller Strides franchise has been around for a little over 3 years. For a small fee similar to a gym membership, These ladies, their strollers, and accompanying babies meet up to 6 times a week to take part in hour-long walks and ever-changing workouts taught by certified fitness instructors with an emphasis on pre- and postnatal exercise.
It's a full-body workout, and it's not a stroll through the park. Our moms work very hard. We do lots of exercises with our resistance tube. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 3, 2, 1. So with our own body weight, let's really dig into it. We use the environment, so we use benches and fields, and we get cardio bursts.
The workouts can be tailored to any fitness level, and class size has grown to over 50 striders.
The really special part is that moms are taking care of themselves, but by doing it, every day or regularly, we're showing our kids how to be healthy and active as well. And it's in a very positive way.
Ladies, open up your chest. Be proud of what you've created in this world. These are your beautiful babies. Show them off.
You definitely build up strength and stamina, and it's just a really cool thing for your kid to be able to see you building your strength and taking care of yourself while, you're able to be with them as well.
And what would mom and baby time be without a little singing?
Skip, skip, skip to my loo. Skip to my loo, my darling.
That, of course, is part of each workout, too.
Moms are smiling and they're having fun and they're seeing their friends, but they're staying very fit at the same time. And our kids, frankly, just grow up thinking that that's, the normal thing to do.
The Stroller Strides program is all about getting active and getting healthy, but there's more to it than just strollers, strides, and sweat.
There are a lot of Navy mom or Navy wives within the group, so a lot of times there's deployments and other children born, and there's times where you need a network of really close friends, and this is it. I mean, this has been a blessing for all of us, I'm sure, and it's just been something really wonderful to be able to create friendships within a group of so many women.
By the time the hour is done, our moms have worked every major muscle group, they've increased their heart rate, and they feel really good at the end of it.
And they even remember to stretch.
The most important stretch of all is S-M-I-L-E, that's all.
Yay! For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Linka.
Well, speaking of fitness walking, don't let colder weather derail your fitness plans this fall and winter. Norfolk International Airport is a great place to keep moving even as the days get shorter. Take ORF on a Healthy Journey is a program the airport is introducing to help people keep moving. The terminals are open 24 hours each day, and all public areas are open to walkers. There are stairs, ramps, and flat surfaces to keep the workout interesting. Walkers are welcome to park in any of the short or long-term lots. Rates are $1 per half hour. There's also free parking for bikes and motorcycles in the wooded area near the short-term parking lot. As the AC gets turned off and the heat gets turned on, it's a great time for a home checkup from Dominion Virginia Power. The Home Energy Checkup is an energy conservation program that gives homeowners rebates for energy-efficient measures installed. The company is also offering programs to test and seal HVAC ductwork, tune up heat pumps, and upgrade to more efficient heat pumps. Participants in the Home Energy Checkup program will receive a personalized report of findings and recommendations to improve the efficiency of their home. Typical suggestions usually involve water heaters, sinks, and shower heads, lighting, and filters. The one-time rebate incentive for homeowners who make recommended improvements averages about $230. A homegrown disaster information system has netted a prestigious award for the city's information technology department. The system to track, organize, record, and map, or STORM, was honored with a Governor's Technology Award. STORM is a web-based system emergency personnel used to gather and organize incidents during severe weather. It helps to standardize and centralize important information during and after a storm. It also allows for live mapping to help the public track what is happening at any given time during severe weather. The Governor's Technology Awards are presented each year in 10 categories. Winners are selected by a distinguished panel of government information technology experts. It just got a little easier to get your hunting or fishing license and to register your boat. Starting last month, hunting and fishing licensings and temporary boat registrations went on sale at the Commissioner of the Revenue's office on the first floor of City Hall. The services are available through a partnership between the Department of Motor Vehicles and the Department of Game and Inland Fisheries. To get the licenses or a temporary boat registration, visit the Commissioner of the Revenue's office at City Hall during regular business hours. For more information, call 664-7890. It started out in 1908 as a 5-room vacation home for William and Florence Sloan, a wealthy couple from New York. Today, the early 20th century historic house is the Hermitage Museum and Gardens. The museum features an art collection from around the world and contemporary galleries. The Triple N's John Linka recently got a tour of the museum and gardens and had the chance to get a behind-the-scenes look at some of the areas that people just don't normally get to see.
This is the Gothic drawing room. The room was designed by Florence Sloan and the master architect of this home, Charles Woodson. However, the room wasn't built here on site. It was actually constructed by another architect, Frank R. Watson, a Philadelphian-based architect who also redid the interior of a church called Christ in St. Luke's in the Norfolk area, which Mrs. Sloan attended. They had the room designed after the interior of a Gothic cathedral, as you can kind of span around and see. Now, the room was actually constructed in Philadelphia over a year's period with the team of Belgian wood carvers. When it was finished, it was broken apart and shipped down to Norfolk to the Norfolk International Terminals, where it was then attached to the house by the Chapman Decorative Company, the same company that built Hershey Mansion in Pennsylvania. The room is white oak, walls and ceilings, and teak on the floors, and it now houses our silver collection. But in the early 1920s, this would have been a social space used for guest entertainment and music. So we have the Steinway piano and a Mueller organ back here as well, all of which were used to host parties. This room is known as the Great Hall. It was the foundation of the original 5-room summer cottage that the Sloans began in 1908. It once was the major living room for this home, but is now the house for our Asian collection. This is a portion of our collection of tsubas, which are the sword guards on a katana, as you can see in the back. William Jr., the son of Mrs. Sloan, actually collected these as a young boy. There's a mixture of both iron as well as something that's called shakudo, a gold metal mix that is 97% copper and 3% gold. The sword in the back case with that nice shiny sheath on it is actually abalone shell and once belonged to Louis Tiffany. The Sloans bought it in the early 1930s. This is the little library. It once held numerous books in the Sloan collection, which they actually loaned out to the public. It's now home again for more of our Asian collection. This is also a transition in the style of architecture in the house. The original home was arts and crafts in style, however this room switches to the half-timbered Tudor look. This is the Sloan's master bedroom. This is actually one of the original 5 rooms on the home as well, and was pulled off of the house in 1912 to make room for the new additions. It houses some of the furniture in the collection, as well as pieces done by Carl von Reidingswald, Charles Woodson, and Frank Watson. The room also holds several of the paintings in our collection. This is the morning room. This is actually where the Sloan family would have breakfast every day in this breakfast nook. The Flemish tapestries that are on the back wall are 16th century, and the linen fold carving that goes all around this room was done by the master architect and master woodcarver Charles Woodson. The Sloan family was adamant about collecting Chinese jade, and the oldest piece in the entire collection is in this case. It is this large rectangular shape. It is a Neolithic jade Kong. It comes from a site in eastern China called Liangzhu. It is nearly 5,000 years old in age, and like I said, is the oldest piece in the collection. The exact function for this piece is not necessarily known. There is debate over whether it is a libation vessel, jewelry, or ornamentation, or possibly something to hold incense. The rest of the jade in the case, though, is much more traditional, much newer, and it is between the 18th, 19th, and 20th century. Jade does come in numerous colors, so it's not limited to the spinach green that you see in this back case with the cranes, and rather, the most popular jade at the moment is white jade, which is best demonstrated in some of the bowls that you can see running along the bottom of this case. This large square piece is actually a 17th century Nepalese votive plaque. The central figure made of lapis represents Krishna, the 8th reincarnation of Vishnu. This piece was done in Nepal using copper and bronze, molded out and then inserted with semi-precious stones. Two pieces that look like door handles on the bottom are actually a part of a horse's armor set from Western Zhou dynasty in China. They're about 3,500 years old. The Sloans also collected numerous bodhisattvas. Some of the pieces that are on the bottom belong to Thailand, Cambodia, Laos. The pieces on the top, Hindu and Buddhist pieces, are from India as well as Japan. We have a large collection of ivory in this museum. However, to give a little bit of personal character, the chopsticks that are located on the bottom of this case were actually used by E.K. during his 21st birthday. Everybody who attended got a pair of ivory chopsticks to eat with, and they got to take them home afterwards. The birthday party was also in Paris. Mrs. Sloan began collecting in 1901, and the first piece in the entire collection is this Satsuma bowl, which is a Japanese bowl that was given to her by her sister Grace Stiles, who had actually traveled to Asia. Mrs. Sloan continued to collect Satsuma wares throughout her life all the way up until her death in 1953. We're standing in Mrs. Sloan's dressing room. It's the only room in the house that actually has a 1920s feel to it. One thing we still have in the collection are a large majority of Mrs. Sloan's dresses, some of which are currently still on display. We're now in the dining room. This room actually took Charles Woodson 3 years to carve, the longest out of any of the rooms in this home. The room was actually once situated on the front of the house, which is why we now have these large blank squares. There would have been stained glass window in them at one point. Another nice feature of this room, to hide the light switches and not ruin the aesthetics of your dining, is to hide the light switches in the walls. The dining room table and chairs were carved by Charles Woodson. The actual tabletop, though, is an old English floorboard that's been converted into a table. All of the cabinets and buffets in this room are done by Carl von Reidingsvard, another wood carver who worked on the home, primarily on the exterior. However, there are loose bits of furniture in this house, like in this room, that belong to him as well. An area that's traditionally not on tour is the water tower. This large empty space that we're standing in right now once held a large steel bulb in it. The Sloans had to scrap the metal, though, during World War II to help with the war effort, and now we're left with this large empty space. There are 2 rooms attached to this tower, though, and those are the wood carving studios for Charles Woodson, who was on site from 1908 to 1922, working on the home and taking it up and attaching it to the rest of the building. Originally, the water tower was on site and was not actually encased in this large structure. Mrs. Sloan didn't like the aesthetics of that large steel bulb on her property, so instead she had Charles Woodson design what looks like a lighthouse structure to wrap around the steel bulb. It encased the water tower all the way up until the Second World War, where finally it was scrapped, and now we have this large blank space. At the moment, there is no plans to turn this into any sort of additional gallery space, as the floors and the structure itself need work and repair before we can open it to the public.
You can get the full tour of the Hermitage Museum right here on TV 48 later this month. For information about visiting in person, log on to the hermitagemuseum.org site. Well, that wraps up the October edition of Norfolk News Now on the Triple N. Thanks for watching Norfolk's Neighborhood Network. For all things Norfolk, I'm Karen Parker Chesson with the Norfolk Police Department. Take care of yourself and your city and celebrate life daily.